Hey, what's going on, guys? لا مش لهالدرجة. Hey, what's going on, guys? Today, we're gonna be answering some questions that we got from Instagram. So I have the questions right here, and we're gonna be answering them. So stay tuned. Let's do this. It's so good.
So, Mr. Rakan Khalifa,
Yes, brother.
my question is, what excites you the most as of right now?
I believe so. In the beginning, it was definitely money. Money excited me a lot in the beginning, and it was the main motivation. But that changed. That changed once I started actually making money. It changed to more of impact. You know, I know it's a little cliche to say, but listen, what I learned is the more money, the more people I help, the more money I make. So I feel like success stories, creating people success stories from the ground zero, is what excites me.
And what
The
are
most
you
right now.
scared of the most?
Ooh, that's a good one. What are you scared of the most? I'm actually terrified for being normal. I'm actually really scared. Listen, I'm actually really terrified to be a normal human being. Like everything that I've done, just for me to go back to just being a normal human being. That absolutely terrifies me, and that's what keeps me going every single day.
Rush hour traffic.
Yeah, no rush hour traffic. No rush big X. One of my main goals in life.
What was your turning point inside? You started network marketing. What was the turning point?
My turning point is when I realized that I was more powerful than I think I am, and that my story can inspire more people than I think it is. So when I start realizing that and hearing it over and over and over again, oh, your story inspired me, your story inspired you, your story inspired me, I realized that my story has a lot of power, and I have a lot of power within that. And yeah, so definitely was a turning point. But another turning point was when I put my I was never too confident to put my back really against the wall and really go all in something. And once I did that, I noticed that I bounced hard. And once I started bouncing hard, it's bouncing all the way to the front, bro. So
What's the one thing, if you could change one thing that happened inside your career, what would you change?
if I can go back in time, I would definitely enhance my leadership because I've made a lot of leadership mistakes in the beginning. I've made a
What
lot
was the
of
mistake? That's what we ask. That's what people don't know. People don't want to know. Like,
yeah. So one of my biggest mistakes is I was trying to. Here's a story. I had one of my guys on my team, and I believed in him so much that I pushed him away of the business because I was pushing him, and that was my job to push him as a coach. But I felt like I didn't know how to listen to my leaders at that point, and rather than pushing them forward, I wasn't pushing with being patient. I was pushing them in the wrong way. I didn't understand the concept of leadership when pushing people to their limits. Because I can push somebody to their limits, but sometimes you can push somebody outside of.
Do you believe in breaking people or building? Breaking, like you know how you start in kickboxing?
Yeah.
There are some coaches that believe in, okay, let's get in the ring. I'm gonna break you, and you're gonna build from zero. You're gonna break. And some coaches, like the coach that we had, Chris, he believes in building. He will be like, okay, let's build. 1, 2, 1, 2, slowly build.
I
will break.
I feel like it's a mix of both. Let me explain why. When somebody is brand new in any type of business, I feel like you should definitely, build him, but I'll build him or her, and then at one point you gotta challenge them, and you gotta know that challenge. It can either break them or like get them to bounce. If they break, your job is to get them confident enough to get back at that point and rebuild them again.
Would you give them a challenge if you knew it would break them? You knew, like you're 100% sure that this is gonna break. This is gonna break them.
I wouldn't. No.
So you believe in building?
Building more than breaking. Building more than breaking. Somebody said, how old am I? How old do you guys think I am? 37.
in the bank or?
No, I'm joking. I'm 26 years old.
At what point in your business is it time to start working on the business versus in the business?
So at what time in the business does somebody work in the business versus on the business? From 0 to 6 figures, you're working in the business, my friends. There's nothing. Oh, okay. No. Here's the in the beginning stages. It's all in the business. Once you get to the 6-figure business, it's, I would say, 30-70. So 30% on the business. You gotta be able to create the campaigns, to create the marketing, to create, but still be in the business enough that because your team is not stable enough. After 6 figures, that's kind of what happens. I would say,
After a 6
multiple six.
Yeah.
Yes. Multiple 6, you get into 40-60. At 7 is 50-50. 50% in the business, 50% on the business.
But never completely on the business.
No.
No matter how
big you get. No.
On your worst day inside network marketing, how did you overcome?
On my worst day in network marketing.
First of all, what happened on your worst day, and how did you overcome it? Bro, people wanna know the inside. They don't want to know
my worst day in network marketing. I received a message from Corp, and they said we lost 3,000 people in the last 48 hours.
Damn. Okay.
And I had to. I definitely went into like a mood for a couple hours. I had to snap back, man. I had to just believe that the same way I built it, I had to rebuild it. And here we are.
You sat down.
I sat down. I'm like, okay.
What was the feeling? What was the
I was
going
upset, man. You work so hard for so long to get these people, and then based on something stupid that happens, or some rumors, or some lies.
So you were sad at one point.
Very upset.
And then what happened next? What was the
very upset? Every time I'm upset, I turn into personal development, reading a book or watching a video or something, or maybe sometimes calling my leaders, calling my uplines, getting support from that. Never complaining though. I'll never go complain and never be the victim. I notice a lot of people that they lose people or something bad happens to them, they turn from a solution focus to being a victim focus. Well, it's the company's fault, it's the team's fault, it's the leader's fault, it's everybody's fault but theirs. So I took the responsibility, took it like a champ, and took a punch. It's cool. Turned to personal development. I read a couple of things. I recharged, I game planned, and bounce back. That's a really good question.
First of all, how did you become an elite public speaker?
Oh, I have a story for that. So if you watch any of the old videos, you can tell that I was not the best in public speaking. It came from two things. Number one, I've had to learn from somebody, right? And not only by watching, sometimes you need some type of guidance. So I actually I was making $2,000 a month, and there was a course, it was $2,000. Swear to God. And I remember, like, I made that $2,000 that month, and I'm like, bro, if I learn how to public speak, my business will 10x. And that's what happened, right? I was so hesitant about it for like 3-4 months, and then I just said F it, and I bought the course. I took the $2,000. It was a live course, and I learned, and I went 6 figures literally 4 months after that. 4 months after I took the course, I went 6 figures. I'll not forget it.
Why do you want to help people?
Why do I want to help people? You know what? I feel like we live in a world where we're looking more into the negatives more than the positives. Too many people are lost. Too many people don't have a vision. The suicide rates are up the sky. The new younger generation have no hope. So when we're talking about helping people, you're just as a leader, as an influencer, you're giving people hope that there is a chance for you.
When we met, I had no hope, bro.
And that's a perfect example. So let's say when I met you, I looked at you, I'm like, well, he's doing this and he can be really good at what I do. If he's really consistent, if he's working this and being all in, he can be really successful. And you just gotta a lot of people are in the wrong vehicles. Like they go into a job that they know that their maximum is $50,000, and they dream of the biggest life ever. Well, of course you're gonna have no hope. But when somebody with a vehicle that can get you to no cap income, right? And you give them a little bit of hope, it's the best of both worlds.
Rakanabi, the question is that people are saying it's easy to sit down in your condo and say, think, have vision, do this, have positivity. But it's hard when you sit in your home, you have rent due, you don't have money in your bank account. It's hard to have vision then.
Mm-hmm.
How does that work?
I agree.
How are you gonna have vision if you know that you don't even have money in your bank account?
Cool. Well, but here's listen. But isn't that the point of vision?
Yeah.
That is the whole point of vision. Is that the vision is not always on the this is why a lot of people just don't succeed in business in general, is because they have the vision as long as everything is good, and once things are not good, that they lose sight of that vision and they turn into either victim mode or trying to scrape the surface mode. And yes, I've had times where I didn't have money for rent. I've had times where I didn't have money for my car. I've had times where I mean, my parents need help and I can't afford that. But by the way, that didn't negatively impact me. It positively impacted me. It had to push me to do things that I've never done before. But here's what happened. When people go, they tend to go when they're in the negative state, where they're at zero or they're under zero right now, where listen, there's nothing. They go back to their old ways. But because they hated their old way, like imagine hating your old way and trying to turn to entrepreneurship, but then going back to your old ways, it makes no sense. Now, sometimes you gotta have some sacrifices where you're going to the old ways would have the mentality of I'm gonna just finalize this and figure this out, and I'm gonna utilize that money to go. But it's just never losing hope in what you have, and you gotta listen. I'm all for if there's a will, there's a way. If there's a will, there's a way. And you got to understand that, God gives the biggest tests for his biggest soldiers. So if you have a test right now and it's a little bit hard and you can't see nothing for you and you feel like it's a dead end, I promise you, this is it's literally meant for you to go places. A lot of people, let's say this is a road, right? And right here, it's just this is a bad zone. A lot of people go, this is a good life, they go, and then it's a negative, it's raining, it's snowing, it's all the bad stuff happening in your life, right? And then once you cross, and in the Quran it says inna ma'al usri yusra, inna ma'al usri yusra, right? So with every hardship there's ease, with every ease there's hardship. So I would say you just gotta keep going, because after the winter comes.
So you're saying all those negative times, they fueled you, that they didn't
100%,
take from your fuel.
100%.
If you could only invest in one cryptocurrency,
Okay, yeah.
Which one would it be?
I know.
And why?
If you would invest in one cryptocurrency,
I think I know the answer. So this is what I think. If Rakan can only invest in one cryptocurrency, this is what it would be. Okay.
Damn.
Say it.
That's under pressure, bro.
Armin, I'm gonna give it to you. You show the camera when he says it. Go.
So if I have one
Only
cryptocurrency,
one cryptocurrency for the rest of your life that you can invest in.
for
For the rest of your life. One coin.
one coin for the rest of my life.
Yeah. All right, I'm right, eh?
I don't know.
It's a safe bet.
Let's see.
I think ETH.
Show the camera.
Ether. No? Is it ETH? It's Ethereum, bro. Like it's ETH. It's Ethereum,
Tell
man.
them why.
It's just ETH.
Tell
Bro,
them why.
look at the
choosing-
block. Look at the blockchain.
Why are you choosing Ethereum over Bitcoin, for example?
Because the blockchain is better than Bitcoin, bro. All the everything that we do, the smart contracts, the smart contracts. Look at all first of all, look at all the coins that are created on Ethereum. Look at all the applications that's created on Ethereum. Look at, man, it's just better. I'm sorry. I love Bitcoin, but ETH all the way, my friends. Let's go. Let's go. Ether moon. All right, my friends. Well, thank you guys for tuning in to this episode from Ask Any Questions, and we'll see you guys then.